Hello and welcome to Wes S. The Real One. This is Wes S's alternate channel where we talk about random stuff that YouTube doesn't want us to talk about. Religion, current affairs, basic human rights, stuff like that. I'm going to pretend that I'm shooting this video for editing later, uh, and I'm just going to talk. I have the camera turned off because, well, there's nobody there anyway. We The New York Supreme Court, State Supreme Court, overturned some, or well, found on the side of the Second Amendment. Not as far as they should have, in my opinion. I'm pretty strong on the Second Amendment. There's never a point, from in the Constitution. There's never a point when the government can pass a law that says a man can't keep a gun. It's or a woman, a person, a citizen of the United States. They have the right. We could argue whether or not non-citizens, whether here legally or not, have the right to have firearms. But we cannot argue that for citizens of the United States. So, but still, you know, not having to have a reason to carry your gun is pretty good. Pretty good. I'm okay with background checks, but they need to be for specific things. Uh, Sorry, just because there was a bad divorce doesn't mean somebody shouldn't be allowed to buy a firearm. Uh, just because any one of the 100 lame reasons that they shoot guys down out there. But that's a conversation for another day. Roe versus Wade, the where it's the right to kill an unborn child. You know, the ruling that said that the right to kill an unborn child was guaranteed in the Constitution is the worst thing that uh, it's just horrid that a society could shrink that low. I mean, a society like that doesn't deserve. Let's see, we got 72, 82, 92, 2002, 2012, 2022, 50 years. For 50 years, that our country stood on the precept that it was okay to kill unborn children. In our country, I guarantee our country has been falling apart like you would not believe. I mean, I've watched it fall apart. Uh, in '72, I was old enough to barely be getting around to paying attention. 73, 74, I was paying attention. because you have to listen to them old guys at the hardware yak about what they're yakking about, and you pick up a little bit of stuff here. And anyway, and in my early days, yeah, I was okay with burning it down, but not anymore. I've been okay with burning the world down for 31, 32 years, something like that. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. But 33, I guess. The problem is that there's a lot of people out there that are mad that they can no longer kill somebody because of their bad choices. So they're going to be, or well, they're going to make you their enemy. If you are like, I'm on the side of choice, life. The you can't. The only choice there is life. You can't. You can't choose to kill somebody. It's just you don't have the right. You don't have that right. So you always have to choose life. Death, you don't have any say in. When you're born, the day you're born, you start dying. But that's between you and God, not uh, you in a vacuum cleaner or NASA pick or whatever they use. Anyway, it's going to get. We already had stuff. The right already had some stuff they were planning on doing, and now all this stuff's going on. The left has lost 2 battles now, so be ready. They're going to target us. And they're going to find ways to make our life. They're going to take our Starbucks away again. Uh, Anything that sides conservative. I mean, I don't know how many Chick-fil-A's are going to go up in flames. That was pretty much what I wanted to yak at y'all about. The fact that I think it's going to get really, really ugly, really, really fast. How's the weather in Amarillo, Carol? We got a lurker in here. Somebody's come in and hadn't said hello yet. Turn the camera on, see if I can wake him up. It's probably Chip. That ought to scare him into talking. That's the way it was here. Wasn't even a breeze today though. It was murder. And it just you could not be outside, and I had to be outside. Not much, but just going outside for 10 minutes at a stretch. Go outside for 10 minutes, be inside for 10 minutes. Just that. That wiped me out. I am done. Ben Walton's not the one lurking because he said howdy when he got here. Hey, Ben. Now, Revolted Man did a Roe v. Wade video. I just watched it before I came outside. It was actually, that's what prompted it. And it's, yeah, there's a nice breeze right now. I watered the grass behind me, which is how cool. How make me a evaporative cooler. I didn't carry the gun out with me a while ago when I was watering the front yard and I missed a shot at the dead coyotes. They were maybe 75 yards out. They were in the brush, but all you got to do is get one to stop for a few minutes in a clear spot. There's 3 of them. Yeah. I've seen that lone coyote running back and forth during the daytime. But there's 3 of them that come through at night. I don't know why the one's running by himself. But, I guess there's, what do you call it? Lone wolves and every walk of life. Oh, we lost our lurker or something. They said that. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not nice to brag, George. That's just not cool. I could take me some 67 right now. It is 92. It's 92 degrees out here right now. 92 degrees, breeze, and well, it's not 92 right here where I'm at. It's probably 80, 85, something like that, because of the wet dirt behind. Which actually, if I had any sense, I'd go turn the water back on. I'm probably going to run a water hose up on the roof too. If for those of you that don't know, if you can put a sprinkler on your roof, you can drop the temperature in your house quite a bit on exceptionally hot days. But, I'm usually not this jumpy, but that bobcat and that coyote's got me. A wee bit boogered. I think that's that cottontail though. Got a really big cottontail over there. Yeah, the damn thing could be sitting in front of the truck. I'd never know it. Difference is, but when it snuck up on my wife, and she wasn't talking. I make too much noise for anything to want to sneak up on me. There's that. I've killed like 10 camel spiders in this backyard. And 4 or 5 scorpions. So Monday, my friend, like Kevin, I wish I could remember this guy. He's remembered my name. I met him, I don't know, 10 years ago at work. I was at a house and he was at the house. He was doing his job, I was doing my job. And he's remembered my name every time we've run into each other since. He's just one of those guys that's like super friendly. I'll say I want to go out on a limb and say his name's Ruben. That may be his brother's name. It's his mom was having trouble last time I talked to him a couple years back. He's got a really good attitude, really good spirit, walks in the faith. Uh, Legitimately cares about everybody he runs into. We told him we wanted the house sprayed and what we had going on and stuff, and then he started asking questions and told us what we needed to do, which actually cost him money. Um, what we wanted to do was going to be more expensive than what we said we could do, but one of the things we wanted to do was actually uh, potentially dangerous for the newborn baby. And none of the other people told us this. So he told us how we could utilize what he was going to do for the other insects to eliminate one of the problem insects, the scorpions, uh, at very little cost to us and no benefit to him. He said the scorpions will run from the chemicals he's going to put down for the other insects. And if we have sticky traps out, they will wind up going across them. It's just how they do. It's just how scorpions are. He said we will catch scorpions for days if we just put the traps out. Put them out and leave them out. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Hey, Tibor. Which dog's that? Carol? Hey, Carol, do you need a dog? We're going to have to rehome Shy, I think. Uh, okay, that's it. I got to move that junk of concrete right now. Or not right now, but I got to move it down because I see it out of the corner of my eyes. I just almost shot it. That would have been embarrassing. I need to get all that crap out of the back of the truck right now. Well, not right now, but I don't know. You can't really tell from that, but that truck squatted bigger than Dallas. I stopped putting stuff in it when I realized that it was setting down super low. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't put that much in there, but everything I put in there was heavy. Uh, and today I was trying to move meat, and my preps, well, not just my preps, but preps for what's deemed as my responsibility. And, you know, the stuff for trapping and uh, camping and, you know, such as that. And man, I did not realize, man, every time I opened the closet and looked at the shelf, I was like, wow, I have this stuff rat holed everywhere. Because if I go to the store and I'd see like a live straw, uh, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'll get one of those. Mm, extra $20 ain't gonna put me in the poorhouse. And then I got three of those, the ones that go on your Nalgene bottle or water bottle. Period. You can put it on whatever size water bottle you got. Went in one day and the store had them on clearance. They're usually like 24, $26, something like that. They had them on sale for $15. I bought the last two they had. And uh, I need to find out where you get the refills for those and order some of those because you don't need to buy the bottle every time. You just need to buy the refill. And those, they do 5,000 gallons of water. And prudence dictates that you depending on where you're getting your water, that you filter it through paper towels. Shiloh, I know, buddy. I'd let you out, but you won't. It's just you against them coyotes. There's three of them. They'll mess you up, buddy. Hey, Chipper. Oh, yeah, your dog Rufus? My grandson's dog. He showed me pictures of it. He's got Chipper Tyler's dog. It's a little female, but it looks a lot like the big one that you had last time. She's pretty. He's actually working with her and he's teaching her stuff. He's not just like throwing her food and stuff. He's actually being a good dog owner. Uh, I'm gonna run get a cup of coffee. You know, here, I'm gonna let y'all look at that tote and y'all try to figure out what's in it. I want all y'all to guess at what's in that tote right there, that professional box. Oh, jeez. Y'all figured it out yet? Let's see. No, boy, there's a whole lot more than nothing in there. Still, no, but I did find the stuff, or well, not all of it, but I did find an important ingredient in a still. There's an American pressure canner in the barn over there that would take a lot of repairing. It needs to do pressure gauge and this, that, and everything else. And the handles are rotted off of it. They'd had it sitting out there, not undercover. The canister, it's the lid and everything there is solid. There may be some distilling going on. To check on the legality of all that stuff, but we may just give it a try. We're not going to try for no rocket fuel or nothing. Anyway, the answer is kitchenwares. There's cast iron and knives, and there's a big ass wok in there. Yeah, that's the light one. I carried about half of it in the house already. I figure I could finish it tomorrow I was hoping it'd cool down some more tonight. But 92 is not cool enough. I have to get a license for distilling. Well, then I won't do that. I'll just keep making mead and wine. I don't need shit for that. I need to turn the lights out, look at stars. Anyway, who in the listening audience isn't stoked about the Roe v. Wade and the thing in New York with the concealed carry special requirement thing? That ought to work too. Tell them I was trying to make tea. I just let it sit too long. Tell them I'm trying to make my own ethanol. I mentioned that I'm tired. Really tired. You find a little rattlesnake get bit hard, I ain't gonna take you to the vet. It's gonna hit you in the head with something. You leave that cottontail alone. Uh, the New York State uh, Supreme Court um, came to a decision that the state of New York did not have the right to require somebody to give an excuse or to come up with a reason for needing a concealed carry permit. Uh, Now, if they can just go back and sue for the concealed carry permit, uh, the you know need to. I don't believe in. I don't believe you should have to get a permit anyway. I think, and there should be. If you live in a state where it's legal, like it's supposed to be, to carry a handgun with you wherever you are, or long gun, whatever, and you go to a state where it's not legal, they shouldn't be able to charge you. They can ask you to leave the state. That's it. If you, but that's all. That's all they should be allowed to do. And then we just not do business with states that won't let you carry your gun. That's I don't do business with businesses that don't let me carry. Everybody's got, oh, Walmart's got that sign up. You can't bring a gun in. You can't bring in your long gun. They don't want you coming in carrying your AK-47. Jeez, people. And you don't really have a reason for walking into a place of business armed to the teeth, unless it's a uh, gunsmith or something, and you're taking your gun in there to get it worked on. Oh yeah. Okay, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go early tomorrow. We'll see. Um, oh, you expect me to get up and go let you inside? What? You think you're some kind of house dog or something? Why don't you just go jump the fence, get back in there with your big brother? How come he's the only one got to sleep outside? No, you're out here to guard me, man. You gotta keep me safe. You gotta keep me protected from the boogeymans. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Uh, the schools here in this particular county, uh, everybody in that building's got a gun. Well, every adult. You're not going to make it far. Monsignor school shooter. You're just not going to get much done. Whoa, look at the side of that sucker. Hold on, I got to take a picture. Y'all know, y'all know what a Chinese horned beetle is? Shut up, y'all. That sucker's over 3 inches long. Um, there, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see that in a minute. Let's go a minute. Okay, now you can see it. Um, those things wiped out a bunch of the trees in South Texas. Uh, I don't have any fruit trees here. Maybe what's wrong with the mulberry plant, though. Also, you do not want to squish that sucker. They're pretty docile, though. He's sitting over there hunting. What he's doing. The funny thing about it is he flew in and I never heard him. So, well, when I was in school, the coach actually borrowed. I mean, he borrowed the gun. He said, "Hey, can I have your gun?" I mean, he went and got the gun out of my truck. Used it to shoot feral dogs that were terrorizing kids on the playground and stuff. They called the sheriff first, and the sheriff's like, "We can't spare a deputy to sit there and watch for dogs." So they posted it on the uh, little bulletin board down at the hardware and on the post office that if you had a dog and you wanted to keep it, it needed to have a collar and it needed not to be running loose in town. And 2 weeks later, well, uh, what had happened was there was some people that come in and they would only be there for like 3 months. Anyway, they came in and then they left. They came in with half-grown puppies and they left without dogs. And then you had dogs that hadn't been taken care of, hadn't been socialized, and they started raiding the trash, and then they started, you know, they snarled and bit at a couple of kids on the playground, and that was the end of it. Yeah, who was that? Beaver? I wonder if it was one of the Beaver or the Weaver kids. He had he had won the shotgun, I think. Won it in a raffle or something, and he was showing it around in the hallway. It was pretty. It was over under 12 gauge. It had uh, actually had gold inlay on it. I forget how much the gun was worth. And this is in 76, 1976. because it was the whole bicentennial thing, and I think it said, I think it was a bicentennial issue. It had 1776 and 1976 in gold on it. It's a pretty son of a bitch. Anyways, 78, and the thing was just under $2,000 back then. Uh, but there's no telling how many tickets they bought. It did Beavers or Weavers, either one. I mean, they could afford to buy plenty of raffle tickets. It was pretty. I know that. Let me see. See if I can find a picture of it. I'm looking for a high standard. This is a high standard, by the way. It's a high standard .99. This is my wife's pistol. I want one. I need to get with my sister and see if she'll sell me hers. Hell, I'll trade her. Hell, yeah, I'd trade. I don't think she wants anything I have. She's got a weak wrist. What was that? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Commemorative is a really long word. Well, there was actually several people made commemorative bicentennials. And I may be remembering wrong. It may not have been a whole run. I was a kid back then. That's not it. A needle in a haystack. Let me go. Oh. Over, under. Let's try that. See if that'll get me closer. starting to look like the gun was special order, folks. It doesn't make it rare as hen's teeth or anything like that. Anyway, I'm not finding it, but yeah, it was badass gun. Those Nerf guns, man, you got to be careful. Some of those things, man, they actually sting. You could hurt somebody with those chippers, so you be really, really careful sneaking into that. Okay, but you've got to go through the Nerf before you go to the air pistols, or like the Rough Riders. You got to be really. Those things are dangerous. I mean, um, you can wind up with little red dots on you from the Nerfs, but man, you can wind up. You can put an eye out with one of them. So you got to work your way up in stages. Who wants to come unload this truck for me? I can't. I just occurred to me. I can't leave that big ass bug lid there till my wife gets up. Oh, I really don't want to make him mad though, because they crapped that acid. She'll be fine. Uh, Layla's father-in-law actually has the pistol I'd like to have. It's a it's a 22, but it's made on the same frame as the Security 6. But it's just downsized because it's a 22. Does that make any sense? Uh, Still in the box, never been fired. I can't afford it. I mean, he'd sell it if I had the money, but I don't have money for it. He bought it because he thought the gun was cool, put it in the safe, and never touched it, and uh, found it here a couple of years ago when he was cleaning his safe out. Looked it up on the internet, and now he'd sell it. What he paid for it, brand new, uh, I believe is two zeros shy of what he could get for it now. I think it was. I think he paid 280. No, not two zeros. But anyway, I think he paid right at $300 for the pistol, brand new, and it's just shy of 3,000 right now. It's nice. Hell, some of it may not even work. It's never been checked. I mean, it might not even be able to get a cartridge to go into it. May have been put together wrong at the factory. sugar ants on the table. They don't taste good. Uh, he bought a few uh, SKSs. Z used to have FFL. And he may have bought a stack of SKSs when they first started shipping them over here for, I think he paid $42 for them. And he held on to most of them until they got up to the $200 or whatever. And he had asked several of them. But I think he still got some. I don't know how he's got. But hell, they're, I think one of them still got the Cosmoline on it. They're Russian too. I want a Chinese. I think the Chinese are better ones. I actually prefer the Chinese SKS to the Russian SKS. Oh, yes. They sound different. You'd think they'd be the exact same rifle, but they sound different. Well, I'm going to use y'all for a rear view mirror. You see my air conditioner over there, my ladder. Here's something crawling around in the weeds. I don't turn around. When looking back at it, so probably a lizard. No. That's horrible, Chip. At least I don't have to move any of that junk. All my stuff got lost in the divorce. Still broke up about the 20 gauge. If anybody wants to buy me a 20 gauge pump, I would. I wouldn't get mad at you. I've seen guys hunting with 12 gauges, and I've seen guys hunt with 20 gauges, and the guys with the 20 gauges were more productive. And I asked Cotton about it. God, that guy can shoot. And he said that while the shells were more expensive, you could get more shoulder time before it started to show, as in before your shoulder started to hurt. So you got better at shooting. And uh, then he started talking trash about, if you can shoot, you don't need a 12 gauge. And, I seen him one time. It was funny. He was because that back then, I think it was back then it was 40 birds, and he's sitting on 38, and uh, bird comes in on his side, and it's funny because he was taking the slow side. There was hardly anything coming in, but a bird come in on his side and it fell in. Anyway, he shot that is number 39, As if it started to fly off, and he went to cussing and said, "I don't think so," and chambered another round and put that bird down before we realized. Well, I mean, I saw the whole thing happen, but I was just like, he shot it, knocked feathers clean off of it. It banked to fly away, and it was just like no, and then he just bam, shot it. He took more time on his second shot than the first. And that's the only time I ever saw him shoot twice at the same bird. I've seen him, you know, send two. Hell, that day I saw him send two rounds downrange back to back, but it was two birds. Everybody else is throwing two rounds at one bird, and he's throwing a round at each bird, and he's shooting with a uh, 20 gauge Winchester. Grown man, it was youth model shotgun. One of the guys asked him why he was shooting with his kid's gun. He said, "It's not my kid's gun. It's my gun. Grandpa gave me this gun." And, he said, "I've got a new one." He said, "But I got to give the birds a chance." Oh, what the hell is that? Someone just took a crap. Something just took a crap over there, and it's close enough for me to smell it. I don't like that. Um, my Stalker app must be broke. It says my wife's out in the middle of the pasture. It says my wife's down by the river fishing. You know that's not. So we'll open that again. Yeah, it says she's out in Illinois. There ain't no road or nothing out there, so she ain't there. My Stalker app's broke again, damn it. Hell, the other day it showed her uh, going to Lorraine before she come home. That didn't really happen. Oh, The big bug just flew up. Man, I didn't get it on video. A big bug just did his wings and flew off. Got into a tussle with something else. Flew off. Oh, yeah, it's probably it. Nah, there it is. It refreshed. I was right. It was broke. She is fixing to make the dogs go to barking. I don't know, what was the? Somebody said something about the Russian. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry. What is it? Is Norinco's the Chinese one, right? I think. Anyway, those are the ones I like. Yep, Mrs. is approximately 2 miles away. Uh, that big sunbase just flew back in and hurt him. Yep, there he is. That's what it is there's more than one of them. So keep tussling with each other. Don't come over here dicking with me, man. I didn't do it. He can't get a grass. There's tile on top of the porch. He can't get a grasp on it to climb back up there. He's trying to get back up on the porch. So she. Yep, there she is. Oop, oop, there she is. Got a 20 gauge and a 16 gauge at the house that are identical to each other. The 16 gauge is my nephew. So. Shit, guys. I got to let y'all go. She pulled in, the headlights just hit a big ass snake. She will kill me. I'll talk to y'all later.